This video is dedicated to my first two clients of the year, and I want to thank you all for allowing me to aid and assist you in your health needs. This video is for the intended purpose of education and entertainment combined into one. In the hopes of putting this together, I'm hoping that you all will share this video when I complete it, and that you will get the proper information that will help you along the way. This video is entitled Proper Eating, so that as you are going through your regimen, you will receive the best benefits from it. Again, I am not a doctor. I am a practitioner of holistic medicine, eating, and lifestyle. The information that I'm giving you is the information that was given to me from my elder, Chris Williams, affectionately known as Doc Williams. And I hope that you will learn from this quick video. The goal here is to keep this video down to no more than 20 minutes. So I'm trying to do my best in making more videos of this nature. But also, cut this light on. I'm hoping that once you see this video and you get this information, that you actually use the info that is being shared. Okay, so going into 2 minutes. Eating to heal. When you are eating to heal, you're not eating on a regular dietary program. Historically and popularly, you're supposed to eat 3 times a day. That's fine. But do you know how to eat 3 times a day? So I'm going to give you my story. And when I was dealing with cancer from 2014 up until March, early April of 2015, and what happened to me. Okay, so I was diagnosed with colon cancer in 2014, September 2014 to be exact. Pardon the light in the background, trying to make sure my face don't disappear on y'all. 2014, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. During that time period, I was going back and forth, and I was blessed by one of my big bros to meet with my elder, Mr. Chris Williams. And the very first thing that he put me through was a step-by-step process that helped me understand how I am going to heal from this. Now, in upcoming videos, I'm going to take you all to my laptop, and I'm going to actually show you all how I was looking from 2014 all the way up to 2018. That's when I really started getting my weight and getting everything back. Though I was cancer free. Thank you for the I appreciate that. Though I was cancer free, I still had to deal with the complications after it. And this is what I want you all to get as far away from, so you will never experience what I went through. Okay? So this is for edutainment purposes, education, entertainment. My elder came to my store, and I'm going to do a whole video on just that whole experience. So it's going to be like an hour, 2 hours. So y'all going to get a lot from that. He did some reflexology on my feet, on my legs. And from that, he knew everything that was going on with me. And from there, he made my supplements. The supplements that he made was for me and for me only. I couldn't just give these out to anybody. This was for me. And he gave me a food regimen to follow. Okay. Everything that he gave me was equivalent for 1 month of my herbal supplements. The food regimen he gave me was based upon my blood type, which was a O positive. Okay. And his exact instructions Take these pills 3 times a day, every day for a month. Okay? So 3 pills a day times 30. That's how many pills I was taking. And we're not talking about them little pills that you go to the store and get. They had the big mama jammas. Okay? And it was enough in one pill to put on a teaspoon and put it in my smoothies. Got it? Follow me with that. So, because I only ate one meal a day, that caused problems. Follow me, you will understand why. I would eat early in the day and just do water and maybe smoothies at the end. Got it? He said, Diddy may like that. Cut it out. So I got into a regiment from late September all the way up until March of 2015. September 2014, March 2015. Keep those dates. So we're talking September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Got it? 6 months in the regiment, I'm only doing one meal a day, maybe sometimes twice. And though I didn't have any issues because I found out I had this through rectorial bleeding, I found out that I was doing this wrong. And the reason why how I found out I was doing this wrong, though I was not tired, I was not weak, I wasn't feeling any pain because I did have a tumor in my colon and I refused chemotherapy because it seemed like that's all they was trying to do. I actually had no problems. And I went from losing 30 pounds from 180 pounds to 150 pounds, roughly 152 pounds. And for those 6 months, I was only able to gain 10 pounds. So I'm at 162 pounds. I'm not heavy, but you can see it on my face at the time. And my skin tone was darker than how you looking at me now. My facial features were a lot different. I will show you how I was looking. But I wasn't gaining weight. So all the way up until March of 2015, I'm cool. I just started my brand, wearing one of the shirts now. I just started my new brand, my new clothing line, my biker line. I'm the first African American / Black American biker artist. You can look it up. We Ride Biker for Life, the series. Check out my other page. You'll see the artwork and everything. Okay. I just couldn't gain weight. And I was going through a depression because I was just separated from now my ex-wife. So anybody has ever experienced divorce, you already know how that is. So I'm going through that as well. And we get all the way up until February. I'm feeling good. I'm working. I got my mind set on my art. I'm doing some really nice pieces of art. My clothing is beginning to sell. And I'm about to do my second and third event in Chicago. The first one was in February, late February, went absolutely perfect, but I'm not gaining weight. And my elder keeps asking me, how you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? But he noticed that I still had pills left from the supplements they was giving me. I still had pills. He was like, you ain't supposed to have them. I said, well, no, I've been good. Come March, I do my second event. Absolutely perfect. But this time I said to myself, I'm going to take a week off because I've been really overdoing it. And the day that I decided to take off, I'm right back at the hospital again. I had rectorial bleeding. I passed out of my store twice. Okay, destroyed an art table. I'll talk about that one later. I get to the hospital. I didn't have to have a blood transfusion. I had the first time I had to have 2 blood transfusions. And I'm going to show you all, if you all are iron deficient, I'm going to show you all what you all can get. It's very easy. You take 3 times a day. Your blood levels will go back up. Your iron levels will be where it's supposed to be. Okay. Cancer patients have low iron. Remember that. Cancer patients have low iron. I'll explain it. If you all want me to explain why is that before the end of this video, please just say explain and I'll go into it. Come late March 2015, I'm back in the hospital. I'm in the hospital for 5 days. They're trying to figure out what's going on. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do another blood transfusion because I did have some bacterial bleeding. But thankfully, I didn't have to do another blood transfusion. My blood levels were up. They were where they were supposed to be. But they started giving me things that didn't match. They gave me potassium pills. They gave me iron pills. But they didn't give me vitamin C pills. Why is that important? This is the lessons that I learned from my elder. Vitamin C, once it goes into your system, it helps dissolve and break down anything that you're taking along with it. Okay? Iron pills constipate because they absorb everything that you put in your system that is a nutrient. That's why if somebody takes iron pills, you may notice that your bowel movement is extremely dark green. That is because the iron absorbed everything before the body could actually absorb it. So remember that. Also, iron pills, will constipate you. Here's what you need to do. If you're having an iron problem, spirulina, blackstrap molasses, okay, that will help you out. If you're okay, I'm just looking at this. Thank you for responding. Mine is orange, is yellow. Why is that? Okay. Number one, you may be eating too much starch. So if you are still watching, I'm not wearing my glasses, but it looks like it says Miss Chippy. If you're still on, I'm going to ask you to text me 773-551-2904. What I believe is you're having an issue because you're not getting enough magnesium in your body. Okay? What I would ask you to do is go and get a blood test and take a look at your blood. Okay, you just sent another message. What can I do to control the diabetes or reverse it? Now I understand what's going on. You should have said that first. Now I understand what's going on. Okay, somebody left a message. Hold on. Sometimes these messages be kind of... Okay, some of these messages that are on here, I'm looking at some messages and they're very disrespectful. And I'm not happy about that because this is not that content. I think we're all adults and we're grown enough and mature enough to not... I'm not going to say what this person said, but it's extremely disrespectful. And I don't have like a monitor group to check this. But if you're doing anything disrespectful on here and I find out who you are, I will report you. This page is dedicated for health. So we got somebody on here, unfortunately, that's displaying disrespectful messages. So I'm going to apologize. I did not expect this at all. So please forgive I hope you all don't see the message that they're leaving here. But Facebook is actually monitoring it. And it's extremely disrespectful. So I apologize for the disrespect that's being placed on here. No, at the beginning of the video, I stated that I'm not a doctor. I'm a holistic practitioner. Okay. My elder that trained me was a doctor. Yeah, I'm sorry about the train. I stay by a train. So I don't want to lose my point. I do stay by a train. I'm by CXX. That's the train company. So you will hear that pass through. Apologies. Okay. So at the beginning, I stated that I'm not a doctor. I'm a practitioner of holistic science, and everything that I'm teaching you all is based upon my experience. So let me go further. And again, I apologize for the disrespectful messages that somebody's putting on here. Like they just find nothing to do, but I will report them. So I'm in the hospital, and my elder asked me, of course, how you feeling? And I explained to him that I'm good. And he showed me some things that I did not pay attention to. So no, I'm not Larry. And he had said to me, and I quote, "Where's your notes?" So I go into my notepad, which is on my phone, and I go through everything because we always go through a regiment, everything I eat, what time I eat, what did I do, etc. And so he noticed, he said, "You're only eating once a day." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're supposed to take this 3 times a day." And I told him, "I only eat once a day." He said, "You can take one meal and eat it 3 times." I didn't understand what he meant by that. So he said, the same meal that you got, and I'm going to use this as an example. You see this plate right here? This may be my one meal for the day, right? I don't know if y'all can see that. This may be my one meal for the day. So what he explained to me was, you want to break that down into 3 categories and make sure that when you're eating, you eat just that amount, because that's the same size as your stomach. So you want to eat that much, but you want to break it down so that you can take your medicine, take your herbs, because every 3 to 4 hours, you want to kill those cancer cells by giving it something every 3 to 4 hours that when it absorbs it, it naturally poisons the radical cell by giving it the real food that your body was missing. And those are the minerals that he had put in my pills that he made for me. And it had over 17 different herbs in it. And so one of the herbs that he put in there, you already know about this herb. It's called sea moss. The other herbs that you all may have heard, bladderwrack and burdock root, that's the power 3. So sea moss has 90 plus trace minerals. However, bladderwrack and burdock root are good for blood and blood cleansing, right? And if William Martinez is on here, I'm getting into that. So follow me. Anybody with diabetes on here, let me know, because I'm about to get into that. I don't have diabetes, but the power 3 herbs that you should get are sea moss or Irish moss, bladderwrack, and burdock root. That is the power 3. Sea moss or Irish moss, bladderwrack, and burdock root. If you don't know anything else, those are the power 3 herbs that you should have. Now, there is a way that you take it if you don't have cancer, and there is a way that you take it if you have cancer. Now, I'm specifically talking to everybody about how to eat as a tactic to fighting cancer and to healing. Okay? I'll go into the other regimens later, but I want to stick with this because I have a new client, and before I go any further, this is my product, Amopax. This is my product that I make for my clients. And this is the product that over 8 million people heard my cancer story from, talking about soursop. But this is the regimen that I make for my clients. This is my beautiful, beautiful water, power water. This water is my equivalent to chemotherapy without the side effects. So I give this to my cancer patients, and we go on to a 4-month regimen, and this is what they use. So I wean people off of chemotherapy because you don't need it. And as you go through your process, you're changing your diet, you're changing your eating habits, and you're changing your mental stability, because when you deal with cancer, you're going to go through some mental changes because it's going to affect you emotionally. So once my elder explained to me that you're eating every 3 hours, because every 3 hours, pardon me, every 3 hours, you are fighting the cancer cells with something that is slowly poisoning them. Because every 14 days, a cancer cell redevelops itself. It is your objective 2 cycles a month to naturally poison the cancer cells with the proper foods and substances so that after 4 months, that cell has going into a transition of stronger cell to weaker cell. And I'm sitting up here looking at these messages. I'm like, is it the full moon? You guys are really, really, really overdoing it. Kyram 662, you don't have to be on this page. Please don't disrespect the people that's really listening to me. If you have to sit up here and make these disrespectful statements, all right? You don't have to be online. You really don't. You really don't. All right? So, let me get back to what I was saying and apologize for these disrespectful messages. So, it's the full moon. We got a wolf moon. All the wolves out now. So, when he told me about the regimen and how I was supposed to eat 3 times a day, the very first thing that I noticed when I got out the hospital, when I applied the method, 21 days later, how I knew this worked, I was en route to Memphis with my bike club. I went to the washroom and wait for it. Parasites the size of shoestrings came out of me. I do mean that. And it came out of me for 4 days straight. And after that 4 days that those parasites came out of me from the regimen that he gave me and the supplements that he gave me to do, I went from 162 pounds in April of 2015 into July 2015. I was 183 pounds solid. I got my weight back, my muscle tone. I was working out. My energy was better. I didn't lose weight. I gained weight. My facial appearance looked better. My skin was cleaner. I was looking a whole lot better. This is why you eat a certain way. Now, this is how I ate. Every 3 days, this was my regimen. You have a light day, a medium day, and a heavy day. Meaning that even though you're eating from a plate no bigger than this, you may do a salad day, you may do a meat day, then you do a fruit day. But you mix those days up so that your body will not get used to having the same amount of food going into it or the same amount of weight of food going into it. So you're weaning your body off of a certain type of eating plan. So I'm looking at Miss Chippy. You said so kind of one meal a day, but separated in 3 portions with the herbs you mentioned. That's absolutely correct. And now the key thing was I was eating foods equivalent to my blood type. I wasn't just eating food. I was eating the food that went according to my blood type. And then I would make my meals according to that. So being that I can eat lamb, I would have lamb with a grain or with a vegetable. Here we go with the insults. All right. I'm just gonna talk through these insults because these whoever's on here, they don't have to be on here. If you think that I am whatever, I'm not. I'm all man. But this is not the content for that. I'm asking you honestly. Can y'all stop with the insults? If you all have nothing else to do, can you please go someplace else with that? Because I have people that follow me and they listen to this advice. And if you have to make insults on here, this is being recorded. So, Ryler Morrell, now everybody knows who you are and they actually see you. I don't know how to make anybody a moderator, so if you can help me do that, I really would appreciate that. I do not know how to do a moderator. But if you all see this nonsense, this is ridiculous. So, again, I apologize for this. I don't know who these people are, so I apologize. You said click your name. Okay, let me see here. Okay, I just added you. I just asked you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, let's hope see. Let's see how that works. All right, so now what we want to do is work on how we're going to eat properly. I say this in every video that I make. Number one, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Step number one, find out what your blood type is. It's very important for you to find out what your blood type is. Why is that? Because the very first thing you're going to do is when you look at your blood type, you're going to see all of the foods that you're supposed to eat. You're going to know the origin of your bloodline. And you're going to also find out exactly what's not good for you to eat. So being I was a lamb, I eat lamb. I can eat beef. I don't eat beef, but I do take a beef collagen and I put that in my smoothie mix and it's actually good. I also eat lamb. That's another thing because you're not eating a lot of fried foods when you change your diet. You don't need grease in your blood because as you're going through this, you're actually cleaning your cells and you're cleaning your blood. You're not just cleaning out your colon. You're cleaning your blood. And once you clean your blood by eating according to your blood type, you're feeding your blood the proper foods from the nutrients that's coming from that foods. It makes your cells stronger. So if you're eating foods and you're adding the sea moss, the bladderwrack, the burdock root, the moringa, the echinacea, those little things, that's helping your cells become stronger and it allows the immune system to fight off free radicals. Got it? So now that you're eating a certain way, when you get to your light day, the very next day, you're fasting. You're doing nothing but liquids. Now you're giving your body a rest, and whatever's left in your system, it's going to become energy. Got it? So then when you start eating again, you're eating off of an empty stomach, which gets digested. And this is how you create more energy in your system. And you're training your system to eat a certain way. And if you are eating according to your blood type, the very first thing that's going to happen as you're doing this after 14 days, your body is going to start training itself to eating a certain way. So when it is time for you to go through a detox, your body's natural time clock or clock, biological clock, is already setting you up for the detoxification period. This is why you should detox every 3 months or every beginning of a season. Because now, whatever you're eliminating within the first 21 days, and let me be very clear about that. Let's say we are in winter now, right? Spring is in March. So by March 21st, before March 21st, you should already be starting a detox 3 weeks before the 21st of March. And I also have a detox camp that I always do during that time. So we get everybody together. So if you all want to know about it, check this out. 773-551-2904. Inbox me. Text me. I'll make sure that you all get all the information. Just keep up with me on here. and I'll let you all know what's going on because I do consultations for my clients. And what I do with the consultations is we set people up so we know what's going on. Most of you all that are dealing with cancer issues, you don't have cancer issues. And I'm still going to get back to my story. You don't, most of the people who have cancer issues, you only have the symptoms of cancer. You don't have cancer. A 21-day extreme cleansing of the system could answer that question. Let's see. All right, look like we got another one. They just coming out the woodworks, and that's so sad. Thank you, moderator. So sad. So we have a ritual that we like to do, and that is writing down everything that yeah, we got some sequence. You know what? It's the full moon. It's the full moon. I apologize. This is the first that I've ever had. This is actually the first time that I've ever experienced this. This is the very first time that I've ever experienced this. So I apologize. You said come to Chicago. I'm actually from Chicago. I don't know if that was for me. I'm actually from Chicago. I'm from Roseland. Wild Hunnets, 109th and Wentworth, Morgan Park, Winter Finger. For those who know in Chicago, okay, class of 90. So we do a regimen. The regimen is a 21-day cleansing cycle. But we also have a 4-month regimen for people who got cancer. It's 3 stages of that. And this is what my elder put me through. And it's all 120-day cycle. 21-day cycle. Got it? So here was a Woodline. All right, that's okay. Woodline in the house. All right. So the first thing that we do when we do the detox. Now I'm giving you all the information that I was given by my elder. The first month is straight detoxification. And yes, I do fast. I fast every 4 days. Okay. Miss Chippy 773-551-2904. 773-551-2904. All right. So we got well, I can, you know what? Thanks for I mean, I'm glad you didn't pass away from fasting. So many of us do fasting wrong. So I will give you exactly how I did it. I've been fasting since I was 15 years old. I became a Muslim when I was a teenager. Okay. So Muslims fast on a regular basis. All right. The first thing you do when you fast, listen to me very carefully. You have to wean yourself off of a certain type of diet. If you've never fasted before, you have to start slow. Start with a 6-hour fast. That means that if you get up in the morning, right? And you get up and just drink water. And you do that until, say, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then eat some fruit. That's all you need. And just drink plenty of water. Now, if you get a little dizzy and tired, this is why it's happening. Your body is not used to not having anything in the system. Sometimes we get overly nervous. We're overworking. We get a little bit frustrated. We don't know how to deal with things a certain way. So you will get hungry because your body will actually go into a shock. Okay? It's not normal for you to go through that because you probably have been eating every time you get a chance to eat over and over and over again. So your body's not accustomed to not having something, and so your nervous system is automatically on knock. If you drink coffee, if you eat candies, cakes, a lot of sugars, your body is used to it. And like you're like actually a drug addict. So you don't know how to deal with it. So your body will go through a small temporary withdrawal because it's not getting its fix. So you want to do straight water first. Okay? You can do a green tea. Start off there. Start slowly. Give yourself 3 days to a week to do a full fast. And you have a dry fast, which is no food, no water, and just a liquid fast, meaning you're just doing liquids, no solids. Okay. You can also do a fruit fast. You can do apples, oranges, grapes. You can do that. That's water foods. But what's happening is that the majority of you all have parasites if you eat meat. And the parasites are actually possessing you, and they are making it very difficult for you to just function, because when those parasites get hungry, they make you hungry because they're so used to the sweets, so they need their fix. And this is why you feel the way that you feel. So the dizziness that you're experiencing, you're actually experiencing that oxygen that's been built up in you, and the body is actually trying to get rid of all that waste, and it becomes a part of you to where you're dizzy and you're kind of like out of it because you ain't had your fix. Do you understand? And if you eat meat, especially if you go to these restaurants, they have not cleansed the meat of all that blood that you've actually eaten. So yeah, you actually become a vampire and you ain't had your fix. So start with a water fast first and slowly get into it. I hope that helped you all out. But once you get through this dietary plan, you're going to be fasting twice a week anyway. Start off with one fast every week just to get your body accustomed to it. Because your body, just like in the Bible, it said God rested. I don't believe that God rested, but you understand what I'm saying. Every 144 hours, your body needs a rest from anything that you put into it, with the exception of water. Every 144 hours, that's 6 days, your body needs to rest. That's the secret meaning of God rested on the seventh day. You need to give your body a rest so that whole 24 hours, your body can get rid of everything from the upper intestinal to the lower intestinal. It takes 6 hours for the top and 6 hours for the bottom to get a lot of stuff out of your intestinal tract. Got it? I only eat chicken and I clean it super good so I don't get more from foods or anything. All right, that's what's up. Let's keep it going. All right. So I want to, if my friend Jamie is online, please forgive all of the nasty messages that was coming through. And thank you to my moderator for helping out here. And this is for my client Jamie, whoever called it snake oil. This is my power water. Now this is how I explain how to use my power water, this little green stuff, for my clients. Okay? When they get this, they notify me, and this is very simple. This you take 3 shot glasses of, or 15 teaspoons, and you put it into spring water. Now, you drink 16 ounces of this in the gallon of water every day. This is going to start cleaning out your blood, cleaning out your intestinal tract, cleaning out your arteries, cleaning out your heart valves, cleaning out your kidneys, cleaning out your liver, cleaning out your colon, and cleaning all that nasty mucus in your system, which once that happens, that is going to allow those nasty little parasites that's probably in your body to start dying off. The best time to use it if you're cleaning up. This is why I said I make this for my clients so they get specific instructions. This water is what got me famous on TikTok, talking about my cancer story and how soursop saved my life. This was the regiment that my elder gave me and taught me how to do. So I make this for my clients. Now, basically, in order to make this, you need a machine, because you have to make the water go up to a 8.0, depending on what level you're at, to a 9.0 ratio. So I make this specifically for my clients. It's $40 for the bottle. This will last you. This will last you a month and a half. And the powders I make for them as well is $35, and including shipping and handling. But this, because people do not know where to start, this is what I give them. I give them these herbs. I give them this water. I give them their food regimen. We do a consultation. We go through everything. I make a folder for them. So every 3 days, we check on each other. I see what they're eating. I see what they're taking. And if they're on any medication, my objective is we're going to start weaning these people off this medication within 4 months. That way the body doesn't go into shock, and the body is getting what it needs so that it can no longer need any chemical substances to depend on. But they also allow Akon. Yeah, I've been told. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, I'm gonna give you the Akon. You know what? Everybody, they do be saying I'm Akon. I do look like Akon, allegedly. So as they're going through the, okay, I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Nah, leave him alone. He cool. I'll take the Akon. They say I do look like Akon. I'm gonna let that. I'm gonna let that one slide. I'm gonna let that one slide. I'm gonna let that one slide. So once we got everyone on the regiment, they get on a dietary program. The first month, it's all about detoxification. You may have dizzy spells. Why? Because some of you all are on chemicalized substances. We want to get you off that stuff. Some of you all may have taken chemotherapy. So now your body needs to reset itself. Got it? The very next thing that we do after the 21 days, we want to see how the person's weight is. We want to see how they're feeling. We want to see if they're getting up on a regular basis. I had one client who had chemotherapy and he had to wear a colostomy bag for the rest of his life. He was bedridden. I got him on a regimen. Thankfully, his daughter was a vegan, so she understood the process. He went from being bedridden to walking and making food for everybody to actually walking out of his house. I had another person that had this situation. He was bedridden. He's got from being bedridden to now he's fishing with his wife again. So it was because they paid attention and they did the one thing that I asked them not to do. You cannot go backwards. So they had a team of people, and that's the other thing that I give. We train people. We create power teams with this. And we see the results. Now, before anyone asks me any questions, I've had my highs and I had my lows. The only lows that I've had on this is that people see what this can do, but they become dependent on this and not following the instructions and keeping up with the regimen. This will be the reason why you will end up not being here. And we of this hue, we have a huge problem. As soon as we start feeling good, we start going backwards. And that will only make the situation 3 times as worse. So I like to train people. You can buy all the substances that you want. However, are you buying substances from people that actually know you, or they just know you to come buy stuff? This is why I don't try to advertise the way I see a lot of people doing it. Okay? So what I want to do is explain to you all why my elder had me go through everything that I was doing. But I had to learn from my elder step by step. I hope I'm not losing you all. Okay. So when I went through the first 21 days, when I realized I was doing the regimen wrong, those parasites came out of me within 21 days for 4 days straight. Okay. I said, do multivitamins make you feel good? Multivitamins are cool, but what are you eating? If you're not eating according to your blood type, even though the multivitamins are okay, it will hurt you if you're eating the wrong foods. Do you understand? So I want to get away from that. You want to make sure that you're eating the right foods, because it's almost like, the best way that I can describe it, I'm in my living room. The best way that I can describe it is, if you got a very fine automotive. See if my charger kick back in. Okay. If you got a fine automotive, right? And say you got a Corvette, you got a Ford Corvette, you got a Ferrari, you got a very expensive car. Guess what? You have to put my charger in. Hold on, y'all. You want to make sure that you're using the right gas in the car. Got it? Because if you don't use the right gas, guess what's going to happen? Your car is not going to perform the way it needs to perform. So if you're eating the right foods, you're going to have a better performance. And if you're taking the right supplements with the food that you're supposed to eat, you're not going to have those midnight cravings. You're not going to be hungry all the time, because your body actually got what it needs down to the cellular level. This is where people mess up when they're going to get these herbs. You're not getting the foods that feeds you to the cellular level. Because when your cells are full, you're not gonna have to eat, because you're gonna get the energy that the food that you're supposed to eat will provide you with. And that's what happened to me. So I went from being 150 pounds, even though they say, according to the records, that's my actual weight for a 5'8" guy. But I went to 183 pounds. I was a lightweight bodybuilder, so I got to see my weight coming back, right? And I was feeling a whole lot better. I didn't have those parasites in me. So I will warn you all. I will warn you all. The first thing that you are going to notice is that you're going to be hungry. You're going to eat good. Because now you're going to start looking at the meals that you're going to make. And the meals that you're going to make are going to be the right meals. But your energy level is going to go up. Once this happens, this goes to my cancer patients, you're going to start feeling a lot better. Because see, now your cells are activated. Your pH levels are higher now. Your blood level is back to where it's supposed to be. And you're going to be a lot happier. Here's something that I want people to also pay attention to. Here you go. Make sure that your vitamin A, vitamin K, and vitamin D levels are up as well, because those are the herbs that keep you from being depressed. Do you understand? Cancer patients go through an extreme amount of stress, and you can go to therapy, get into some type of workout program, start doing things that you still feel good about doing. Okay? So don't forget that. Vitamin D levels are bad. Iron levels are bad. Potassium levels are bad in cancer patients. Okay? So go get your blood work checked out. I hope you guys are getting all this, because I'm speaking a little bit of everything. And thank you all for the likes. It's like, look, I got 17 people online. I appreciate it. Said, can you see my bill right now? I mean, I ain't that dang strong. I mean, I got a little something. I got a little something. But thank you. So if you all by chance have any questions off of what you all have already asked me, Let's get it in. Let's try to. Well, I've been on almost an hour. I said I was gonna do 20 minutes. I've been on for an hour almost. So thank you all for hanging in there, and I thank you all for the likes. Thank you all so much. So, um, eating regimen. When you are healing, remember, before you start any new regimen, take 1 day to fast. Just straight liquids, nothing but water, maybe tea. Okay. The second thing that you're going to do is create a regiment of the foods that you are going to eat. Before you start anything, I personally would advise you to just do nothing but fruits for at least 3 days, and you can do it. Okay? Secondly, get a food diet chart for your blood type and get an alkaline chart for all of the foods that are high alkaline foods. And this is how you're going to do it. The first day, nothing but water. Cabbage soup is cool. If you're able to take the cabbage soup, please check and make sure it matches your blood type, because that can actually work against you, because it can make you really gassy. Okay? Just like bean soup can make you really gassy, but some people can do beans. Okay? What do I do if my body just constantly produces phlegm? That means that you're eating foods that are foreign to your body. Go and find out what your blood type is, and then look at the foods that you're supposed to be eating. The foods that you're supposed to be eating in your body will not create mucus. Mucus is a foreign substance that is being broken down from your body, because when it digests whatever you've taken, it recognizes that it's not supposed to be in there. And that's where the phlegm comes in. Got it? All right. So when you get into your dietary program, if it's 7 things that you're supposed to eat every day, you find those 7 things and you start making your meals according to what you are supposed to eat. And then you break them down. This is for healing. This is not just for eating. You break it down from your medium day and heavy day regimen, and you create your meals from there. Okay? You said, what's my take on, is that kefir probiotics? Probiotics are cool, but you can get a non-dairy yogurt. You can use that as a probiotic, and that will help. Kefir, if I'm not mistaken, that sounds like that Greek yogurt company, if I'm not mistaken. I'm so strict on certain things that I've invested a lot of money into my own products. I have an ice cream machine. I make my own ice cream. I'm trying to get a bread machine right now. If you're doing dairy, yeah, nobody should be doing dairy unless it's almond milk, oat milk, even rice milk. Okay? But cow's milk is not good, period, for the body, because that's you'll start having that phlegm come up. All right? Eat some cornbread made out of whole milk, and then wake up in the morning and tell me you don't be blowing your nose. Got it? What's good for the body? I mean, that's kind of like a not too difficult question to ask, but thank you. Cheese as well. Get a non-dairy cheese. It exists. Okay? What's good for the body? Find out your blood type. I drink coconut water and no sodas. You're doing 1,000. I don't suggest anybody drink sodas unless you got a soda making machine, then you can make your own. Okay? Like I said, I've invested in several machines. The water that I make for my clients, I have a machine that oxidizes my water and brings up the pH level. So I actually have live water. So when my clients drink the power water for the first time, they notice that they feel it right here. because it actually goes in and handles business. All right. Let's see here. What does you want to see? I still got stuff boxed up. Sid needs to learn to make the water. You can go online and get a hydrogen water machine. Look it up. And they're as cheap as $30. They're as cheap as $30. All right. Then the big ones, they go anywhere between $800, and I've seen one that's like $3,000. Okay. Said I need to learn the machine. Yeah, the machines. Yeah, the machines. Let me see here. I'm gonna show you all the small one because I'm not in the shop where I actually do a lot of this stuff. So give me a second. I gotta unplug this. The easiest thing that I got outside of a smoothie machine, this is one of the easiest things that you all can get. This is a hydrogen water machine. You put your water in here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put some water in here so you all can see what it'll do. Okay. I take this to work. Hold on. So and for those, I just saw somebody say they drink coconut water. I drink coconut water too. So I'm gonna turn this around real quick, you guys. Hold on. Let's see if it's a turnaround. This is it right here. Now I'm gonna press the button. You put the water in there, and it automatically starts working with your water. Now the one that I use on a regular basis is big as heck. I got that at my shop. And that's what it does. It takes a few minutes for it to oxidize the water, and then I add my lime juice in there and you good to go. It works. And I mean, this is like $30. You know, now because it's wintertime, they sell these real cheap. But I got stuff up in here. I got two big machines. I got a ice cream machine. I got a juicer that I gotta put together. It takes forever to put them together. And of course, my smoothie mix. I also have copper cups. So this isn't something that I just said I was just gonna do, and a week later I got everything. Nah. This is something that I've been doing for 10 and a half years. I still have all my old notes from when I first started back in 2014. I got diaries of this stuff. I got SIM cards and backup drives for all of my notes because you're going to need them. So because this is your book. So you'll be able to actually go back and check and make sure if you mess up what to do. Because as my elder taught me, what if this comes back? Are you going to know what to do? If you don't have your notes, you're going to be lost. So this isn't something you just do for now. And this is why people fail. You get this stuff, you start feeling good and you start going back, but you don't keep your notes. That's why you need a guide. That's why it's so important that I spoke on this, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea, because this isn't about me getting money off of you all and getting rich. I'm an airbrush artist by trade. I paint portraits for a living. That's what I do. However, what I don't want to do is like with a lot of people that I'm seeing online, they're so quick to sell a product that they actually lose the person, because when they get the product, they still don't know what to do with the stuff. So I'm just giving you all the simplest information that you can use. Will lime water help with diabetes? Yes. And add this. Let me start dropping these jewels on y'all. Yes. However, you need to add this to your diet if you got diabetes. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm a holistic practitioner. Do your own research. Beet juice and dandelions. Excellent for anybody with diabetes. Beet juice and dandelions. Do that for 3 months. Check out your information and you're going to start noticing things are getting regulated real good. 3 times a day. and enough vitamin D. That was the machine that just went off. Okay, so I hope that helps. Dandelions, you know them weeds that be growing outside. If you see a whole bunch of those weeds, they're telling you right now that if you see those out there, Mother Nature's telling you start getting this now because the atmosphere right now is really high in people with diabetes. No, I drink the water when it's done. I add my lime juice to it, or I may mix it with a little cranberry juice or whatever, or I may use this for my tea. All right. So I really appreciate everybody watching. I'm not gonna stay on this too long because I said I was gonna do for 20 minutes. I've been on for an hour. But I appreciate everybody watching. So I'll take a few more questions. And if you all can be a gem, subscribe to this channel. And if you have any questions, them the information of what they need to know so they can be more familiar with the YouTube page. But what I will do, if I get a question and I can make a whole video out of it, I will really make a nice little video that you all can play over and over and over again. If you can download it, cool, and I'll dedicate it to you guys. Okay? All right. So in doing this regimen and eating the way that I'm eating, I don't have those midnight cravings. It also teaches me if I'm going to have those cravings, make my own food, my own cakes, my own pies, my own ice cream, because now I know what's in it and I know the end results of what I get from it. Keeping notes, especially for people with cancer, and I'm gonna end it here. This is my calendar. 14 days. Every 14 days you should do something. Why is that important? Because as my elder explained to me, it takes 14 days for a cancer cell to be birthed, die off, and give birth to a new cell. So every 3.5, every 4 hours, you're feeding yourself the right foods, the oxygenated foods, the electric foods, the foods that actually give your body energy and helps heal your body at a rate of every 45 minutes when your blood goes through your entire body. And it is feeding the cells by way of the nutrition that comes from your bloodline. And after 4 hours, you've got 6 to 7 rotations of your blood actually feeding your body and actually attacking the cells. The regimen and the supplements that I was giving, it actually helps trap the cancer cells, but it also feeds the good cells. All right. Here we got another one. Got another one with the insults. Oh, Lord. All right. So I'm going to end this by saying, is 3 meals a week truly what our body needs? No. Yeah. And this is the reason why that works for you. 3 meals a week. Now, this is what the Nation of Islam trains their soldiers to do. 3 meals a week. So this is how that works. You eat the next day. So that's 3 days you didn't eat out of the week. But during the days that you don't eat, you want to make sure you get enough water in your system. So it does work. It actually relaxes the stomach and it will allow you to stay healthy. It's also good with aging. It's also good with keeping you from getting sick a lot. All of these things help. However, if you have never done it, because I do it twice a week, if you've never done it, you have to start slow. You cannot rush the process. You will end up getting sick. And in some cases, sometimes people die. And that's what we don't want. All right. So thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Rowdy1197. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Again, if you all got any other questions, and please forgive the people that made the insults on the line because they have nothing else to do. And please remember, we are leaving out of a full moon at the end of the night. So I guess the last of the full moon's energy is making the crazy, who lives in Chicago, we're better than that. Thank you all. I appreciate it. You guys be safe. And this is I heard I'm seeing a Madura. Um, I have a Madura that, if you don't mind, I can show you. This one right here. This is not the devil sign. This is not the devil sign. This is actually a Madura that, when the Europeans saw the Hindus do this, the Christian ministers thought that this was some type of devil thing because they have that whole Baphomet goat thing over in Europe. But this is actually a Madura to remove negative thoughts and clean your thought mode before you begin your day. Got it? All right, that's how it looks. So I'm just giving you some game about the history of Maduras. This is not a devil sign. Okay, I know you be seeing some of these people online and the whole Illuminati thing. This is not a devil sign. Watch my hand. You see how I look? Look like a duck face. Look kind of like a goat face. That was a European concept with the Catholic Church. This has nothing to do with the devil. This is a Madura. This is the Madura to cleanse your negative thoughts. Okay? And you do that, and you do this for 5 to 10 minutes, and you focus on, you can do like a prayer Psalms. Okay? So that's one of them. It's a couple of them that I do know about. I'll share that on another video. If you all want me to go into that, I can. I do have like 3 Maduras that I do before I start my day, because sometimes I need. I'm a Gemini. I got 18,000 people in me. All right. Thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate it. I hope you all learned something. Please forgive the crazies for putting those insults out. Thank you for the moderators. I really appreciate you all. And William, so dandelions and beet juice. Yes, beet juice and pineapple juice mixed together. Hibiscus juice, excellent. Dandelion extract, dandelion powder, absolutely perfect for diabetes. And if y'all want, inbox me. I'll make a whole video on diabetes and what I've learned. Okay? Till next time, thanks again. I appreciate it. This is the most I've had in one night, and all these likes. I think I got a record today. Thank you all for the likes. I appreciate it. And this is my personal mantra. I command you to be great. I command you to be prosperous. I command you to be greater today than you were yesterday. Till next time, peace.